Always a fun feeling starting off a time lock episode. It's also weird to like feel nervous for it because like I've been doing this I'm going the wrong way. I'm doing this so long that I should know what I'm doing and stuff. And you'd think that after doing it for as long as I have that you'd be at least somewhat decent at it. But I guess I'm not. I'm kind of just here. But today I wanted to work on some stuff. Let's see what time of day it is. It's just past midday. So what I was thinking we do is an idea I had last episode. So what I was kind of thinking was being down in this area. I like it. I think it'd be really cool if we made this a had like a retaining wall on it. So basically, what I was thinking is maybe do it from like here. What is in the wall right here? So if we were to break blocks, okay. So blocks have to stay there. But blocks don't have to stay there. But anyway, what I was thinking was it'd be cool to make a retaining wall around this thing. So it'd be like here. And it doesn't have to perfectly like go around this like thing here, but it definitely would be a good baseline for it as like it's a coven in. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's an inside area. Because I don't remember why I made these. I did these forever ago at this point. But I made an outlining that goes to here, which could work well for the retaining wall, is what I'm kind of realizing from this. And then basically, so the idea off this retaining wall is going to be that the land over here will get either raised up or it'll stay where it is, and then this will be where we have our farming stuff. Could be like this little area around it. And then as more items come into the game or crops, the area expands to more and more land, which could be really cool. But I need to remove this tree here. I know I placed some of these trees on purpose to have around here, but it's kind of hard to figure out what I want with all these trees in the way. Okay, so being down here, it's retaining wall is there. I think I'm at least gonna go another block or so up. So realistically, it'll probably be here or here tall. No, pig, you're not allowed. You're stuck down there, pig. So it'll be like that, and especially if you're down here, it'll look like a huge area. Oh, never mind. The pig got up. So now we just gotta figure out how we want to wrap it around this end, which I think we already kind of naturally have a ending type of thing with how this merges. The problem is if I break this tree right here, it might interfere with that. I don't want it to. Let's see, is that natural? No, so and that isn't either. Since there's no way to obtain actual leaves in the game yet, it's kind of a tough thing. I don't think there is a way to. No, there isn't even shears yet. Yeah. I was thinking for a second, but I'm like, wait, there was just no shears, so I don't know how that would even be possible. I will probably not be happy with this outlining the first time it's done because of how close it gets to this tree here. Also, just is really wide, which I guess isn't really a bad thing because I want it to go around. I want it to completely surround this so that all this glass kind of has a purpose. So can't be out. We really can't be out on this side much because of since the back is not pun proofed at all. So I guess that's a good start on that part. And we'll have to just come back into this. But it definitely would help with this area. And then over here we won't even have to worry about the dome because or the retaining walls is because this leads off into more things. This leads off to the pond and stuff like this. And as I was saying earlier, it's gonna be a natural defense to the other side of this wall or stuff that needs spawn proofed. The big question is gonna be would you want the loop to here or would I want it to loop to like here and then plan on more of a base to happen? Something like this kinda in my head is what I am picturing at the moment. Sorry, dandelions, I didn't mean to have to break you. And then it just like drops here or so. Just stops as we plan what we're gonna do, because realistically, if this thing is gonna keep going, then it would be nice to have that. Okay, I'm kind of just talking, but I'm going to leave this for the moment, and we can go walk over and do something else little for the time being, for the night to finish off this episode. Because, ideas. As long as I start trying to build things, it makes things go better, because it's like, hey, I'm actively putting ideas in. Or I'm not putting ideas in, is here and here. So we need to definitely do something with that. But, oh well, I digress. Let's take a trip up here and look at all the other unfinished projects we got. No, we're not going to do that. I just figured I'd walk this way since I haven't walked it in a little bit. But what I was thinking is sooner or later, I'm just going to end up just patching this wall off. And I mean, we could make a secret back behind this. I mean, I have nothing against doing that. Obviously it looks like one. And then that would just be the way to get to the old base. Which I plan on never touching another block in here. Just because it's just the old base. Underground area that we'd spent all our nights mining. Which we're getting really close to, because we were only 2 updates away from getting beds. Which is kind of crazy to think about at this point, that we've done it so much that we're getting really close to that. But, oh, actually, I know what I'll do. I want to work on this a little bit. Because I've been telling myself for a while I need to. But that means... Wild. Okay, anyway. So that requires me to get cobblestone, but luckily we have now got this new pathway to lead us back over here. And we can just go up and grab some cobblestone, just like... Also gonna grab a fish, because my food is definitely lower than I want it to be. Where do I keep food at? Oh, that's the pause menu, that's not food. Wait, where the heck do I keep food? Oh, there's a whole fishy chest. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, sorry, I got a random phone call mid talking of that, but found the fish out of the fishing chest. Let's go grab the cobblestone. I realistically probably didn't need any cobblestone because I'm gonna have to break it to get cobblestone. Oh well, we just don't think about it. We wanted that fish to heal up anyway because I keep falling off cliffs and taking damage where I don't need to. So we check out this area, which we eventually also need to do something with. This is a never-ending game, I swear. Of oh hey, I need to do this, and then this, and then this. I seriously need to just go walk through this world one day take a piece of paper and a notebook and just write down every single uncompleted project I have. And put them all down and be like, okay, here's what we got to do. Get it done. And then yeah, I honestly do think that is a very valuable thing to do. I'm very considering doing that because I've thought about it before, but the problem is you got to walk through the entire world to do it. I mean, we do got within a couple weeks a milestone episode around the corner, so it does make sense to possibly have something planned with that in mind. I'm going to leave it here and not do any more of that. Yeah, this is all placed by me. All of this dirt, all that random dirt was. I will probably end up patching the side or I don't know, something similar to that. But okay, let's skip down a tiny bit and we can continue right here with it. I also got to keep in mind the fact I didn't pause the recording, so now I have to try to think of how much time has actually passed in it. Oh well, I got to do some actual thinking for once. I can't get too mad at myself for actually doing something. And I do think this will end up looking nice, even if it is just cobblestone for the moment. I'm not putting wood down a path like this that we walk just so quickly all the time. That's just stupid. It's just a complete waste of resources, I feel like, honestly. Okay. So right here, I should probably get these torches back into my hand because I keep having to shuffle my inventory for one. So right here's where we're starting it. Okay. We probably found some coal or iron in this spot. That's why it's like that. Okay, I'm just placing things randomly. This is the episode where commentary it just runs dry and I don't know what to talk about when I don't have a topic in mind, which we haven't had a topic in mind for a while. I feel like I get a lot of my topics just watching YouTube and just being like, oh, that's cool. I want to talk about that. That's on my mind. Because that's how the last couple ended up coming to tuition. Is just from little things like that. Let's see. We'll go at least another couple. I'm gonna say 5, but that's a decent distance to end up doing with this. And I gotta replace this torch. Oh, it's dark down here. Yeah, a few of these walls we just ended up just not putting torches on both sides for some reason. That's weird. Also, I do enjoy the inconsistencies of me just doing it by feel, by where I felt like a torch should go, and not never counting anything. Because you see, this one was a gap of 2. Now it's a gap of 3. Well, not 3 diagonal, but you know what I mean. Yeah, because I 100% remember when I was doing this that it was just, oh yeah. Whenever I thought it was getting dark, I'll place a torch down, which relates to. Uh, I gotta think I would have to do it the same darkness level, but I almost never did, as you can tell from some of these. Why is it a little lamp there? Like, you're messing up my pretty pattern that I had. I worked hard on that, and you're just gonna mess it up. So, new mini goal, we're just gonna go to right here. Because this is right where the staircases end for the time being. And I would say that I would be pretty happy with this as as a progress meter for this episode. Because I went to this being like, okay, we guys record time lock. It's 8 o'clock at night. I got to do something. Okay, there we go. So now thing continues, and then we got our gap here as we wait to figure out what in the world we're gonna do. I could probably go one more in. It would probably look nicer, but I'll leave the gap for now. Oh, I almost forgot my crafting table. I've had this craft table for a while. This is the one that just hangs out in my inventory. But anyway, let's take the shortcut back. Which I'm a big fan of the shortcut. I think I've talked about it a couple times before. But I'm really enjoying it. I love the interconnectivity of the base, and there's just like 18 different ways to go around. Is kind of one of the like philosophies I had for this place. Was there always being ways to get around, which I'm hoping that I can execute pretty well. I'm gonna keep both of those. Then plant chest for our saplings, and we can call this an episode. Alright, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll have to catch you next time where we are going to. I was gonna jump off there to end the episode, but I really don't feel like dying, so we're gonna work on something else. Well, until then, bye. I really gotta get better at these. These exits, these are not going well.